AT&T comes out and says, last quarter our goal was 34% fiber penetration. We hit 36. This quarter we're going to shoot for 42%. And by year's end our new goal is going to be 49%. A 50% market penetration for fiber is out of this world incredible.
They're gonna definitely not outspend, but work outside of their ILEC footprint. So they're gonna expand just like Verizon is.
Yeah. T-Mobile's got a lot to lose in this deal, only because it's going to make AT&T better. You know, how does this make AT&T's core business worse? It doesn't. In fact, it gets rid of the thing that we loathed for 2 years. We all said the same thing. Why is AT&T confused? Why are they not focused on their bread and butter? The fiber is profitable. The wireless is how they make their money. It's what gives their stock value. You know, what the hell was going on with Randall Stevenson? When is he getting kicked out of there? Then the Elliott management thing happened, and it was all under the spotlight. And now that's gone. It's the company today is the outlook is so good if the execution is there. And I'm leaning towards a pretty easy execution. AT&T just doesn't have to get in its way. You know, their network is better than T-Mobile's. You know, I'm not trying to put down, you know, the thongs or whatever. I'm just saying, you know, I've been testing the networks across the entire state of Ohio. I've traveled outside of the state of Ohio. I look at most of the plans on AT&T are better, with the exception of Magenta Max. And honestly, I'm not convinced that their fixed wireless offer is that great yet. You know, the dependability, there's other problems, but like this screams full-on recovery for AT&T. I have no fear. I don't have any concerns that I used to have about AT&T. I think their CEO is better. I think he's more in tune with the investors and the business. I think he's more involved with the decisions as opposed to Randall, I feel, who kind of was like willy-nilly about transactions. This guy seems to understand the gravity of these deals. You know, and I also think like this is AT&T's opportunity to really stick it to Verizon too, because Verizon is strapped right now, and they'll be competing for the same customers in wireless. You know, so you know Verizon's going to do fixed wireless access. We'll see what they do with fiber, but man, it just got a lot better in the marketplace. I think we're going to see better competition too. It was already good, but now I think it's better.
Absolutely, I want AT&T's network to be better than Verizon's. I just do. I just do. I always liked how AT&T did their network approach, especially with the DSS situation. I think
it is better. It is better.
There's certain things. I mean, yeah, Verizon's network is good. Don't get me wrong. They're extremely focused, and they know how to execute. They really do. Verizon does. Don't get me wrong, but it's just I don't know. I just have that, you know, that devil on my shoulder saying I want AT&T's network to be just better than Verizon's, because I feel that we could see something great, something new. I mean, think about having, you know, Verizon be unthroned to be, you know, the next podcast, right? Which would be nice.
Honestly, I think the AT&T access that I've got a Los Mobile account, a couple lines. I've got FirstNet. You know, these lines are the best lines I have. You know, and my Verizon account is decades old, and I won't leave Verizon. I mean, it is the trusty steed, as Carlos calls it. And with C-band, it'll be exciting, and with millimeter wave, it's great. But man, the way the video playback is, unthrottled, unfettered, it's just freaking awesome, dude. I mean, you throw in a 40 megahertz channel of C-band, you know, and that dedication to the fiber upgrades and the tower site upgrades, adding some densification. The C-RAN isn't even on yet. It's crazy potential. You know, I'm super excited about AT&T, and I'm getting the fiber soon.
Yep.
And they'll continue to offer HBO Max on a discount. Dude, I'm all for it.
Where's the Death Star music?
What's like I don't know if you heard me on the video, Sneed, when Miguel first was speaking at the internal town hall. They asked him, how does Verizon look competition-wise in terms of them having 160 megahertz, in some cases 200 megahertz of C-band? And he said, if you compare our LTE assets, which we invested a lot in that spectrum, and our 5G assets in the C-band, they are estimating Verizon to have about a 20% capacity gain versus them. But they anticipate that 20% to go away with fixed wireless. So they're either going to be faster than Verizon, or they're going to be neck and neck in certain cases.
The only issue is
millimeter wave, by the way.
I was going to say, the minute you get millimeter wave in there, the math doesn't work. Because
it doesn't work.
All bets are off. If Verizon hits their stride by 2025 and puts 50% of urban traffic on millimeter wave, Verizon is going to have sub 6 gigahertz connections averaging 1 gigabit per second. Like that's a slam dunk. They will do it. And that's not even discussing anything beyond C-band. So once they start doing N48, once they start doing whatever the next auction is, if there's more CBRS coming, and if they listen to Charlie Ergen and put it at 72 dB, then it's a different ball game. Look, I did the math myself in an estimated calculation. He's right when you put millimeter wave on the side. Everything goes out the window once millimeter wave's in play. And especially with repeaters and echoes and pivots, they're not going to be investing in any of that. They're doing none of that. They've got AirGig. That'll be a project they'll be working on. They don't want to do anything with pivots and Comware and all that. They don't want to do any of that.